Hi, RuthieCanada here. I just wanted to do a tutorial today to show you how I made these little flowers. They are made to coordinate with an album that I just did, and I will show you the album at the end. I used cardstock, but you could use any type of paper for these, and they're very, very easy and a great way to coordinate embellishments on your pages or albums that you're making. So what you want to start with are some scraps of paper, and you'll also need some ink for inking the edges. I'm using a shimmer mist on mine, but you don't need to use that at all. And you need a brad to attach the center of the flower. So I'm just going to cut some random circles. They don't need to be exact. I'll just do a couple here, and then I already have some cut. So they don't have to be any particular size, but you do want to vary them so that when you layer them, they get smaller as you layer them. So my next step I'm going to do, I'm just going to take some parchment paper, spread out some of these circles. So these are all different sizes. Again, they're not perfect circles, they're just randomly cut. And that way it gives it a nicer effect when you're done as well. So I'm just going to spray these ones right here to give you an idea. So I just take my mist, give them a good coating, and then before they dry, I crumple them up really good. There's no method to this, you're just crumpling them to give them nice creases in them. And then when you ink them, you'll bring out some of those wrinkles as well. And I just do it random. I have no method to that at all. I don't fold them in any particular way, and then I just open them back up. And you can see the wrinkles in them. Now these are wet. Ideally you want to let them sit for maybe 10 minutes to dry a bit, because it's kind of hard to ink them when they're damp. And I have some that I already let dry. So I'm just going to move these ones out of the way. And then the ones that are dried, these ones already are inked here. And all I did was I went around the edges with my ink. It's going to be very hard to see on the video, the edges, but hopefully you can see there is some dimension to it. And I just kind of put my ink pad across the top of it as well, so that some of the different wrinkles are more noticeable. So I'm just going to do another one here. And these flowers are, the ones I did are 3 and 4 layers thick. I didn't want them really high off my pages because I was doing an album, but if you were doing a single scrapbook page or another project that you were going to frame, you could make these as full as you wanted. So all I do from this point is I take a brad, so these are tiny little mini ones, and I put it through the smallest circle, and then you just build it up, going to the next biggest, and the next biggest, and then the last one. And then I just close the brad. So there you have a little flat one. You can adjust it so maybe you can see some of the papers underneath. And then what I do for the ones I did for this album, I just scrunch them up using my fingers. So it gives them a little more dimension. You could leave them flat. I've seen many examples of these done flat, and they're really cute as well. Especially if you're putting it in a scrapbook, sometimes you don't want as much volume. But I really like how these ones, you can kind of push them and play with them. And again, if you want to do this while they're damp, it makes it a little easier to move them around as well. So that gives you an idea of, that's not super thick, and you could use it in almost any project. So I'll just show you the album that I used them on. There's one here on the front. I also did rosettes as well. And then you can see I used these flowers throughout the album. And I really liked how they turned out. So thanks for watching, and thank you for watching my first tutorial. Bye.